So, if you're a woman that is working or have a business in your mid 30, you are a mom, how do you balance it all? Like, what tips do you have? Like, other than obviously find your tribe, how do you balance? How do you find the right balance between work, between yourself, what you need, your family, everything?
Well, I've also brought in the word recently because not just balance, but balance and harmony. Because balance feels
Mm-hmm.
like you're trying to balance the scales of justice and make everything be perfect, and that's sort of a recipe for disaster. I sort of like to help women have an help to heal themselves to feel different from the inside out. Because if we feel different, if we're more calm, serene, relaxed, we can have the same challenges, the same obstacles, the same thing on our plate, but we're going to be able to handle it a lot differently. And one simple thing that I like to share with my clients or the people that I work with is breathing. We have to breathe. And so,
Yeah.
one simple way physiologically to take ourselves out of that wound up fight or flight thing into rest and relax mode is really, really simple. We just breathe in through our nose, we breathe out through our nose, and our out breath is longer than our in breath. And physiologically, what it does is it tells you that it's okay just to sort of release, relax, and let go. And so we can do that while we're driving the car, while we're taking care of our kids, while we're making dinner, whatever we're doing, while someone's talking to us and we don't have time to get a word in edgewise, we can practice our breathing. We're in a meeting, we can practice we have to breathe anyway. I mean, there's
Yeah.
many, many different kinds of breathing techniques. And this one I found is just because no one's going to notice. You can do it in the checkout line at the grocery store, whatever works for you, or maybe even that's how you start your day with just some simple breathing techniques that help to ground you. And another thing I like to do energetically is, we need if we're waffling all over the place, because we're worried about this and we're worried about that, and we have to get that done, and we're thinking and thinking, we build ourselves into a state of anxiety. I like to stop and breathe, and I know this is weird, but I like to pretend that I'm a tree, and if I can do it outside, that's great. So I just sort of feel like there's this beautiful white light flowing through my body. It goes down my feet. I have roots of light, and it grounds me into the heart of the planet. And if I can be around trees, that's great. But what it does, it's like it pulls me into my body. I really feel connected to the earth. I really love the nature energies. And I begin to calm down because I'm not in front of my computer. I'm taking a break from that. And I can come back to my center and just really remember what's important. Because I know that I used to do this a lot. I just start thinking and thinking of everything that I had to do, and it would get worse and worse because lots of times, what we do is also we put way too much on our to-do list. There's no way we can possibly get it
Yeah.
done. And then we make ourselves like we failed because we didn't get done in one day of what takes most people a week. So
Yeah.
I guess those are a few of the tips that I would share with your audience that first of all, we need to be kind to ourselves when we put on a to-do list. Make what's really a priority and has to be done at the top and get that done and then celebrate that and acknowledge ourselves and even take breaks. What I used to do is that I would get a few key things done and then my body would be going, Arlene, you need to get up and move around. You've been sitting here for an hour and a half. And I would override it until I was just like frazzled, by the time I went to lunch. So listen to your body, acknowledge yourself for what you accomplished, guarantee that you're going to celebrate it sometime or just give yourself a big hug for it and take a break. 5 or 10 or 15 minutes is not going to wipe out your schedule. You can be refreshed. Maybe it's a walk around the block. Maybe it's listening to music, like you said. Do something that is not what you were doing just to let go. Maybe just closing your eyes, closing the door, turning off the lights for a few minutes and relaxing, and then go back to things because we're going to be more productive when we've given ourselves that little bit of downtime. And it's just the kind thing to do.